Well, first of all, they declared a ceasefire, and they had stopped their violence. That's very important. Secondly, I realized the situation in Northern Ireland was both very dangerous and very difficult. And I decided that if by seeing them personally I could do anything to save lives, then it was my duty to do so. I believe about everything else that anything one can do to save lives is worth doing. And that is why I did it.
What do you think of the demands they made to you?
Oh, they were indeed wholly unacceptable in total to any British government.
Didn't you imply today, though, that you would have been prepared to put them to the cabinet if they'd only given you time?
Well, I am only one member of a cabinet, and in such a circumstance, it is really only courteous and proper that I should report to my cabinet colleagues on what had happened, so that they could see the whole facts and hear the whole circumstances of the case.
Did you find them the sort of people who seemed prepared to compromise on their long-term political aim?
Frankly, not at that meeting, no.
Did you expect to find them?
I really did not know. I thought it right to see people personally who had stopped violence in order to see whether there was some basis on which one could hope to save lives in the future.
Do you see yourself ever talking to them again, Mr. Whitelaw?
Well, one of the dangers of that question is it comes back into the old category of never. And never in politics is a very dangerous word, something that I have learnt of experience never not to use.
Did the cabinet know you were going to meet them and approve of it?
My senior colleagues and the Prime Minister knew, of course, naturally, that I was going to do this.
Now, tell the House today that there is no other policy but the policy of reconciliation, that you'll persist in this to the end. Are your cabinet colleagues with you in that?
Absolutely. There can be no other policy, if one comes to think of it, because the people of Northern Ireland, of all persuasions, have got to live together. This is one community, and reconciliation is the only hope in the long run. There are many people of moderate opinion in Northern Ireland who know this very well indeed and are only too anxious to see it happen. They are threatened by extremists, perhaps I might say on both sides. I do hope that those of moderate voice will speak out and speak out soon, because reconciliation and living together is the only possible hope.